to do the buried subcuticular, we're going to use a dissolvable suture. So we're going to use monocryl instead. And then we'll talk a bit about some other details that you can get from a suture packet. So you can see it's here. Mount it straight away. You need to anchor it. It's not under any tension, so I don't need any deep dermals here. Take a bite deep. And just tie it off. I cut my knot at the beginning. 1, 2. When I was cutting the short end. Happens. I'm gonna do a slip knot so it goes back down. Let's do a few more knots to make it a bit more secure because it's monofilament. And then we cut just above the short suture. So we're here. We're gonna go backwards. This is the buried subcuticular. You don't have to rush, just take your time and get it how you want it. And then we just go here. Try not to get your other suture, otherwise again you will cut the knot with the suture because it has a cutting face. And then we go. And then we continue as per the buried, the pull-out subcuticular or intradermal, opposite to where you came out. I've palmed it now because my wrist doesn't move. Small bites. And go in opposite where you came out. You want to make sure you get good excursion. So rather than going just on the edge like this, you want to make sure you get a good depth of bite. So if it was to come out, it would come out over here. But we're not going to do that. We're going to then rotate our wrist, push the skin back, and grab it here. I'm trying to mount it down here rather than taking it out and mounting it in the air because I think you lose more time, especially if you miss position it and have to manhandle it several times. And then I just want to come out here. Pull it along rather than backwards so that you don't rip it out, or cheese wire, as we see. And it's called cheese wiring because you cut cheese with wire if you're bougie like that. Pull down. The key to this one is you need to watch how we close at the end, yeah? It's the abodine knot. It's really, really important to get that down, especially if you want to do general surgery, because it's one of the key knot types, especially when you're suturing the rectus sheath. You want to anchor that knot. So we're here. Take a big bite. Really, really get good purchase. Really important that it'll rip out. Don't hit any structures. So, 2 fingers, thumb, index. I'll zoom out even more. The needle is on this side. I'll leave it there so you can see it. You're putting the suture of the needle through the loop, which makes another loop. If you just put it, there's 2 ends here, top and bottom. Pull the bottom one. It makes the knot slide down, like that. Make the loop again. Pull the suture through, and then pull the bottom one. Makes the knot slide down. Now it's secured. Keep doing it. I'm going to make it a bit shorter. Needle's still here. So this comes through. I know I need to pull the bottom one, so I don't need to make such of an exaggeration of the pulling it through. Needle's still here, so it's a monofilament, so 4 to 6, let's do 6. So that's 4, 5, and then on the 6th, we pull the whole thing through and the needle knot goes down. So we've got a little gap at the end, so there's two things we can do. We can, so one, take a bite deep inside and bury it. That will pull the knot through and down into the wound so it doesn't get visible. Cut flush on the skin. And then to cover this gap, you just get a small dissolvable suture like Rapide. So it's made out of Vicryl, it's very fast dissolving. And then you take a small bite here, because if you're using dissolvable sutures all the way, you may as well use a dissolvable suture for this little gap. You could do the same thing there, like a 5/0, 6/0 if it's skin, and then just 1, 2. To just complete the work.